So today I thought I would go through this sketchbook that I actually just finished today. And I'm planning to talk through some of the things that are in here. So yeah, let's get started. Yeah, so most of this is like sketches from observation of like people or places that I was. This is the hallway that's outside of my the classroom that I took Chinese in. Here are some random, really early concepts of some characters that I was designing, mixed in with some just observational people sketches. Here are some more people sketches. This is actually close-up of like a table that's in the cafeteria at my school. Really pretty place. Here are some sketches of pole vaulters that I did from observation. Really cool. Pole vaulting is such a wild event. It's so scary, but it's really cool. I admire people who can do that. Yeah, some random sketches. Yeah, more sketches of people from observation, mixed in with, of course, characters design ideas. Here, actually, I was planning out my final film for a film class I was taking. So I used a storyboard, but this is where I first started thinking about how that film was gonna look. More people drawing, some character design, some location design too here. It's like, yeah, I don't think that's a real place. I really liked the pants that this person was wearing. They looked really cozy, so I tried to do them justice. Yeah, I don't know if you can see these pencil sketches because they might be too light. But here are some sketches that I did at a park. Here are some figure sketches I did because I was going through some of that art block, you know. And figure drawing is always something that usually helps me get back into it, but you know, my art was suffering. As you can see, that's such a lovely face. Here are some sketches that I was doing while watching TV with my family. It's something I like to do, like sketch what I see on TV, as a way of, you know, still making the best use of that time that I can. Yeah, I think that's Queen Cersei or something. Here are some doodles I did at the airport, waiting for my plane to arrive. Just a way to pass some time. Some people sketches that I did in class. Yeah. And I was still going through that art block, and something I also like to do when I'm going through art block is like mess up a spread of my sketchbook or something and try to draw over that, use that to inspire me. So I used some post-it notes glued in here. I think it took me like a couple days to get through this page, but it worked. So you can see some sketches, some actual people like I drew from observation, mixed in with some characters, places. I really like these sketches because I was playing around with a new approach to drawing curls and like curly hair. Hopefully I can find a way to make this work in animation, like get that to look nice and get it to move. Some more. These are actually some sketches I did at a track meet, I believe. Yeah. Some more doodles and sketches. Sketches of some characters. Really, here are some like really messy ideas I was jotting down in like visual form. But they're really messy, so it's kind of hard to tell what they are. Some doodles. Another page, like the one with the post-it notes, but here I was using watercolor. And actually here are some poses from memory that I had done, from a performance that I had seen that night. That was really cool. But yeah, most of these, I think except these two, are from observation, like either from memory or in person. Here are some really messy character sketches with some trees, I believe. I don't know, can't make them out too well. But here are actually some sketches from memory of the house that I actually grew up in. Was really nice. A really nice place. But this is a particularly warm memory for me because that castle, my grandfather actually built for me and my siblings in our backyard, and it's a very vivid memory for me. Very visual. Here are some character sketches, some people sketching as well. Yeah, here actually looks like I was trying to figure out how to draw myself. Actually, I tend to struggle with that because I don't think too much about what I look like, so when I draw, it tends to not look a lot like me. So I'm trying to work on that because I want to redo my profile picture. Some character sketches of Jalila, and some sketches I did actually while I was on the road, like in a car. Some storyboard ideas, early ideas for a character. Messy sketches. Here actually is the origin, or like the first thing I did to create my most recent animated film, my most recent short, Something in the Fields. Wow, I really messed that up. Yeah, my most recent film, Something in the Fields. Yeah, so I had an idea and I jotted it down in here. So if you haven't seen that, I should probably leave a link somewhere. But if you have, this is like the first rendition of it, really, which is kind of cool to see again. Here are some figure drawings that I did, most likely referencing Croquis Cafe, really good resource. Yeah, doodles, messy sketches, trying to get a sense of anatomy in my style. Can be kind of a mess, yeah. Trees, I love drawing trees. Some kind of ugly sketches of some characters. Yeah, early character ideas. Some trees. I made a big breakthrough in how I draw like the leaves on trees. That's always something that I've had trouble with. I'm alright at the branches, but where the leaves go has always been a mess for me. An idea of an aged up version of a character who's I always like draw as very young, like 9 or so. Here she's like a teenager. Early ideas for this is the character who's gonna be in possibly the next film I work on, because I'm working on one right now. This might be the one that comes after it, but I might hold off on working on this one because it's gonna require like a jump in skills to make. So, but this is the character for Motor Through It, like a film about sports or something. Some doodles and some people sketching, but you can tell I'm getting homesick because I'm writing about how much I want to go home with my limited Chinese vocabulary showing up everywhere. Yeah, some people sketches. Here I'm also trying to figure out like how I want to simplify my style for animation a little bit. Oh yeah, here, on this page I was playing around with like an outfit idea, because something I used to do a good bit was sew and like make clothing. I haven't had the chance to do that for myself in a while, but if I had the time and energy for another hobby, I might make this. Yeah, it looks like something that would be fun to wear. Yeah, just some practicing of drawing people from imagination. Oh, here are some sketches I did while watching The Dark Crystal. Yeah, I found it on Netflix and I was really excited because The Dark Crystal was one of those movies that my dad showed me when I was young that like influenced my taste in movies. My dad showed me a lot of movies when I was young that I really liked. Yeah. These aren't pencils, so I don't really know if you can see them, but they're just more people sketches I did at the botanical gardens that are around my house. Around my house. Here are some. I was trying to get looser because a lot of these sketches are really like tight, scratchy, and messy. So I was trying to loosen up a bit by doing some quick figure drawing. So I tried 10 seconds, but I think they were a little fast. Here are the first pages of some people sketching and like observational sketches I did on the train. So as you can see, I was warming up on this page, with using this page to warm up. And then we're still kind of warming up through most of these pages, but in this crayon you see I actually went back and added later, which is something I like to revisit old sketchbooks pages. Sometimes it's like a way to calm down, you know, or like get back into that artistic flow, you know. These are in pencil as well, but these are some sketches that I did when I actually got to the city of some buildings and people, I guess. Here I was playing around with how I stylized eyes a little bit and then drawing faces around eyes, which as you can see can kind of affect how the final face ends up looking. I think on this page I was listening to a book and just doodling as I did so. So yeah, practicing drawing from people from imagination again, and just some random doodles to continue. I don't even know where this is supposed to be. Yeah, I don't know what these are supposed to be because these are really messy drawings, but over here are the first two figure drawings I did on like a massive figure drawing session I did. I believe I used Croquis Cafe again. That's the main pose resource I use for practicing this kind of thing, but yeah, I was really getting into it. Really got a lot out of this session. Finally started to get loose. So you can see like how confident some of my lines are. I really like these pages. And of course I went back with like the crayon. Some doodles. Doing some practice of drawing people from imagination. Again. Yeah. Kind of tightening up as you can see. But trying to hold on to it. Another one of those pages where I mess it up and then draw on top of it. And oh yeah, I have been using this fountain pen for some of these pages, and the ink that came with this fountain pen was not waterproof, so that's another reason I wasn't really using watercolor in this sketchbook. Like, one was the paper isn't like made for watercolor, so it doesn't work very well, but also because I was trying to get rid of the ink that came with this pen that I really like. So I finally was able to put some watercolor or some waterproof ink in that pen, and I was playing around with it here, painting over top of it, and I really like it. I really like the pen. Felt good to paint some more after a while. Some more, I think I did these sideways. Yeah, some more trying to draw from imagination. I think what I struggle with drawing from imagination is proportion. Like, that's mainly what I struggle with. Yeah, and this is the last page. I actually did this today. yeah, so that's the sketchbook. It took me a really long time. It took me like a year, but yeah, learned a lot in it, and I'm really looking forward to the next one. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing, because I post videos about art, drawing, animation, those kinds of things about every week, and I'd like to see you come back around. Thank you for watching.